felt something when they were complimented. I want your feedback. He said, let's eat, guys. And the other guy was wondering, so when is the interview? He said, let's eat. As they were eating, they finished eating, and Mr. Ford stood up and he shook the hand of the other guy. And he said, congratulations, you've got the job. You're my success.
Great. Thank you.
And the other guy said, excuse me, Mr. Ford, I thought we came for an interview.
Yes.
And I'm hearing you are playing with this gentleman, but you have not interviewed me. Said, no, I already interviewed you. I watched you enter. I watched you speak to the other guys. They say, if you want to see a great leader, look at how they interact with a person with less power. That's how you see a great leader. You know, everybody is humble to a bigger leader, you know that. But to the small person who does it, who feels the office, how you treat that person is a true reflection of your leadership acumen. You understand? When they are sweeping, how do you talk to them? How do you excuse them when you are under pressure? All that it speaks to your leadership. All right. What did you like the most? We continue with Mamma mia. Is that the check they will say refer to? You guys are smart. You guys are smart. You are catching me, right? So what then happens is that money is just like emotional deposit. You cannot get it if you didn't put it. Which brings me to the relationship between compliments and leadership influence. There are certain people in Econet where you cannot give a piece of advice because you have never complimented them, because you've never been there for them. You understand it? Because if you don't speak to me, then suddenly when I make a mistake, you come and you start insulting me or saying some funny things. You know, I ask myself, you're saying that as who? Do you hear that? You are saying that as who? Yeah, ultimately, I'm saying how I did that. Maybe it's true, I don't. But you're saying that as who? My point is that you need to build a relationship with the people you work with so that you earn the right to speak in their lives. You understand? There are people, even if I mess my finances and I'm in the red, if they try and come and say, hey, Hunter, are you saying the thing that is who? Is it even your man? But you the one who work it. Because they don't have a relationship. Can you see what I'm saying? I wanted to catch these guys. If you do not build a relationship, you have lost the right to lead the people you lead. You do not have any business in being a leader if you do not care about the people you lead. Do you hear me? When you are a leader, we know that you are a leader. When you care, that's when we know that, oh, this is what my leader thinks about me. And it makes me feel validated because we are not things, we are human beings. Again, Hara, Hara, all right. So this is the reason why we did the exercise. You see, I don't care how nice you look like and how nice you are to me. If I meet you in the streets of Marcel and I say, give me 10,000 Maluti, if you don't have it, you will not give it to me. Is that understandable? What is my point? My point is that you cannot give what you don't have. This is where the challenge is. We have when you have living wet towels at work and we are going to the office hoping that my manager will motivate me, my CFO will motivate me. We are hoping that they will motivate us, right? But the question is, are they motivated themselves?
Angry. Yeah.
Are you hearing me? Yeah. The solo from today, I want you to stop rely on your leader to motivate you. I want you to make a decision that you're going to motivate yourselves. I'm giving you this exercise. I'll be following it up during the coaching. I want you to write 21 words of affirmation for yourself. And this is how I want you to write. You're going to write what you like to become. You understand? Let's take one example. You are always broke, right? Maybe you're a BSAP. You know what a BSAP? Broke soon after payday, right?
I share.
Maybe you're that. But what you then are going to do is that you want to have money, right? You are going to say, I have money. That's an affirmation. You understand? You're going to say, number one, I have what? I have money. Or I have lots of money. Or I have millions, whatever you like to write. But what you need to do, maybe you've got a bad temper. Is there anybody who's got a bad temper here? Somebody wrote on a note saying, don't lose your temper here. Nobody has got time to find it for you. Sounds like it. Right. So here is the thing. As a leader, you may have a bad temper. It's not your fault that you have a bad temper, right? But it is your fault if you continue having it. You understand? So you have to write, I have a good temper. That is part of what? Your affirmation series, right? So you look at what you don't have and you begin to compliment that. And what you're going to do, you're going to write 21 affirmations. I have this, I am this. You don't say, I would like to have a good temper. You say, I have a good temper. Why do you say, I have a good temper? Because when you do the affirmations, you are speaking to the most important person, which is yourself. Is that understandable? And so what happens is that it is what we call the subconscious brain. There is a part of coaching which I do, which is called NLP, Neuro Linguistic Programming. We will be able to explore it further as we meet, right? But what I want you to understand is that the subconscious brain is very important, but it is very neutral, right? Because it is very neutral, what you tell it is what it begins with. You understand? That's why you have seen people who suffer, who live in lack. It's not because there are no resources in Lesotho. Because the Democrat became a millionaire in Lesotho. But somebody is here being married for no papa in Lesotho too. So the problem is not the country. The problem is the mindset. You understand? So what then happens is that the person who doesn't have money, usually has a wrong topic he talks about every time. And now Kilnito, Aling Shevache, his son of the Aka, that teacher, Hadina Dido, that told us Salutea, Merona Salutea, Send about to fair. You get the point. That's what they say. You understand? Yet who are they saying it? They are saying it to themselves. Do you understand? And they are actually programming self-fulfilling prophecies of doom. And before they know it, guess what? They will be the poorest of the poor. Cristiano Ronaldo, one of the biggest global superstars of football, when he arrived from Lisbon, Sporting Lisbon, in Portugal, from Portugal and to England, Manchester United, he said a very, very arrogant statement. He said to Rio Ferdinand, Rio, look at me. You are seeing the next global football superstar. He was only 23 years, and he was not a superstar then. But he said it, and he kept saying it. Don't we know Ronaldo now? Is he not a 5-time Ballon d'Or winner? You understand? So you program your world by what you say. That's why these affirmations are very much important. I say if I met somebody in the streets and I say I need 10,000, if they don't have it, they cannot give me because you cannot give what you don't have. So this is part of you having positivity in your spirit, right? By programming yourself, 21 positive self-affirmations. Every morning you wake up, you say them to yourself. If you have a husband, say, baby boy, I'm about to do my ritual. You want to join me or do you want to excuse me?
I'm passing the audition for because you know it's
Yeah?
that's your business. Thanks.
Yes, that's what a baby boy. How? So
it's good.
So your husband is a baby girl.
Still,
But they didn't
thank you, choose.
In my world is Muhammad Ali the greatest, right? They say to him, Muhammad Ali, you are able to box for 15 rounds non-stop. You know, you don't seem to lose your momentum. In fact, you seem to be getting better and better. They said, what is your secret, Ali? And he said, maybe it's because I train a lot. They said, what do you mean that you train a lot? He said, I train a lot. Then the reporter tried to simplify it. Said, how many push-ups do you do, Muhammad Ali? He said, I don't know. Said, what do you mean by saying you don't know? He said, what I do is that I do push-ups and I'm counting. I do push-ups and I do push-ups and I'm not counting. I do push-ups and I'm not counting. Then I started feeling so much pain. He says, when I start feeling so much pain, that's when I start counting. So that's why I say, I don't know. What price are you willing to become a great leader? Ask your neighbor.
Talk to us. See, my friends has noticed for the difference and what got so quite a bit for the penny. They figure out where it's. I can't the third I think wonder as I got was insane.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. The only place where success comes before you work is in the dictionary. Everywhere else, you start by working, then you succeed. It is what it is. You understand? So, success, you pay a price. People will celebrate you as you stand on the podium, but they don't know what happened behind the scenes. They don't know the hours you spent in the gym. They don't know the sweat that is on your carpet. But they say congratulations. You know, it's not easy getting to the top. I always say success is an attitude, which is one of my books, right? Let us meet at the top. Now I've quantified it and I've said where you become the topic. You know, when you're at the top, you become the topic. But you don't wake up at the top because success is not sexually transmitted. You understand? It is work and work and work and work and discipline and discipline. And sometimes you wake up. You know, if you were to ask Muhammad Ali if he loved the training, he would tell you that sometimes I didn't love it, but I want to do it. Define discipline for your neighbor. This is the definition for discipline. Discipline is doing those things which you need to do, but which you don't like to do.
You can music I'm saying that you know